get inspired, updated, talk sports, and discuss topical national issues. All served hot like coffee.
Yummy.
This is gonna be the best day of my life.
Eagles Morning Rise with
Natural Prince.
6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Every weekday on your #1 radio experience. You can count on Eagles 102.3 FM.
Good morning. Thank you for staying with us on your radio experience. You can count on 3 minutes ticking out of 7 o'clock. And it's time for us to find out what the papers are reporting this morning. We got to discuss them. That's what we do every weekday at this time. It's a pleasure to have you join us. You could have gone any other place for the news, but you came to us, and we are most grateful that you did. Thank you very, very, very much. And let's begin the conversation this morning with the Punch newspaper. By the way, if any headline tickles your interest this morning, feel free to jump in with your 2 cents and respond to it by calling 09073530044. That is 09073530044 and 09087668888. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 09097054450. You know we always want to hear from you. And now from the Punch newspaper, screaming headline: Senate Minority Leader PDP Atiku sets to clash with G5 over Tambuwal. Senate Minority Leader PDP Atiku sets to clash with G5 over Tambuwal. Atiku, a party man, will back PDP choice, says aide as minority leader emerges July 4. G5 backing Jadigbe. Otom's aide insists lawmakers want PDP on Sokoto ex-governor. Now, another drama is about to unfold at the National Assembly. Now, you know that PDP, Wike, and the G5 have been very good to the APC. They've been very kind to the APC federal government. They've also been very kind to the president of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, who, we saw how, Wike played a role at the emergence, at his emergence, rallying around and ensuring that other southern senators were on the side of the president of the Senate. He constantly visited the president within that time. And many have said he was instrumental to delivering Senator Godswill Akpabio as president of the Senate. Well, what's going to play out? Would they get the minority leadership, or would the PDP? And also recall that Wike has a grouse with the governor of Sokoto State, who may be the preferred candidate of the PDP for minority leadership of the Senate. As it is, from the PDP primaries in 2022, Wike has had an axe to grind with Tambuwal, who was hailed as the hero of the convention. They go way back. They've been friends from, law school days and all of that. But apparently that friendship did not play the role that he was expected to play at the primaries. And since then, Wike and his camp, the G5, have had this axe to grind with, Tambuwal, the former governor of Sokoto State, who is now in the Senate and hopes to, make the leader of the minority. Seems like the war in the PDP is not over yet. The likes of Wiki have remained in the party and say they're not going anywhere, but they would ensure that they also have their way. More drama. Would hope to see it. Okay, moving on from there. Customs CG decorated promises technology-driven operations. Isn't that what they all say? Customs CG decorated promises technology-driven operations, and it's good that we have a serving customs officer as the Controller General. And they all in the service. Why do we even have, people who are not in the service as controller in the past? Moving on. Salah. Federal government declares holidays. Osun Council's free train ride. Salah. Federal government declares holidays. Osun Council's free train ride. And by the way, the holidays are not today. It doesn't start today. It starts tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, 28th and 29th. So for those of you who have gone ahead of yourself to travel or are planning to travel today, please sit back. The holidays tomorrow. 7 passengers, Okada rider die in Oyo crashes. Tinubu returns today, may present ministerial list after Salah. Tinubu returns today, may present ministerial list after Salah. On the list, some names have been touted to be on the list. The likes of Dr. Mohamed Pate have been named or are speculated to be on that list to make for the Minister of Health. We saw his resignation from Gavi yesterday. It's been there. I think he put forward his resignation on Saturday, and one of the reasons given was that he wanted to come back home to serve his country, as he's been called and requested to do so. So maybe, just maybe, recall that Dr. Pate at some point was a Minister of State for Health. He's probably going to come back as minister this time around. Who knows? Buhari hands over 974 billion naira uncompleted road projects. Buhari hands over 974 billion naira uncompleted road projects. Disco's backtrack on tariff hike awaits NERC approval. Disco's backtrack on tariff hike awaits NERC approval. Now, seems like the backlash got to them, and the federal government may have intervened in this and say, look, you don't have the approval for any tariff hikes, because it would not be a good time, seeing as how subsidy removal, PMS subsidy was removed, and people haven't been able to, get back on their feet from that. Also, increase in tariffs of electricity would just further aggravate the people and may, result in some bad blood for the government. So, well, maybe federal government may be trying to avoid this at all cost. World Bank okays fresh $500 million loan for federal government. World Bank okays fresh $500 million loan for federal government. That's interesting. More loans coming. Let's hope that we're able to repay the debt burden at about 77 trillion. If you add the ways and means, we'll see how that pans out. But then, speaking on the tariffs, don't be too relaxed. You know how things happen. 1 minute they say, oh, we're not increasing tariffs. The next minute they just may get their approval to do so. So, well, it's not yet Uhuru until it's over yet. Let's go to Daily Trust. From the front page of Daily Trust, you have after board's dissolution, unease in federal government agencies as managements fear sack. After board's dissolution, unease in federal government agencies as managements fear sack. Some chief executives relocate to Abuja to lobby. Emphases should be on competence. I'll take that again. After board dissolution, unease in federal government agencies as managements fear sack. Some chief executives relocate to Abuja to lobby. Emphases should be on competence. Absolutely. Electricity tariff hike will worsen plight of Nigerians, says group. Electricity tariff hike will worsen plight of Nigerians, says group. Boat mishap. Police drivers recover bodies of 2 ABU students in Calabar. Court upholds FRSC's power to impound vehicles. Court upholds FRSC's power to impound vehicles. Abducted Kwara bride and sister-in-law regain freedom after 7 million naira ransom. Kano governor stops salaries of 10,800 workers employed by Ganduje. Hajj, Nigerian pilgrims lament tent shortage and poor feeding. Tinubu would have lost if Buhari removed subsidy or fuel subsidy, says Garba Shehu. So, Garba Shehu put out the statement yesterday, and a lot of Nigerians are like, well, what's this going? Is this a subtle jab at the Tinubu administration to say, look, some of you have been talking bad about, President Buhari, but look, we did it. We did a lot of work to ensure that you came to power. So maybe you want to desist from attacking us. Who knows? That's just what most of that statement, was saying as to how Buhari administration had removed a lot of subsidy on kerosene, diesel, Jet A1 and the likes. But then Nigerians would not appreciate them even after the hard work that they did to ensure that the Tinubu administration, comes to be. And it goes on to say, well, the competent Tinubu administration will be able to do more. Who knows? I'm just going to read you a part of the statement before we get to your message. All right, so for those of you who haven't read the message, I'll read you. It says, Buhari didn't fail to remove subsidy. Buhari didn't fail to remove subsidy. I read you the text. It says, why did it take the new Tinubu-Shettima presidency weeks to remove petrol subsidy when Buhari didn't do so for years? Fails to ask the questions right. The massive electricity subsidy, the fraudulent fertilizer subsidy, Hajj and Christian pilgrim subsidies. Remember them? Well, do we not still pay subsidies for Hajj and pilgrims? The diesel subsidy, the aviation fuel subsidy, LPFO kerosene, cooking gas, and other subsidy policies we found in place and put them firmly on the ground. Remember them? This question is asking. For those with short memories, many of these subsidies were in place when President Buhari was elected to office in 2015. All those in place were gone by May 2023, including the annual fertilizer subsidy that weighed 60 to 100 billion naira. That's trillions. A trillion naira in about 10 years. Yes, you read that right. Heavy on the federal budget each year. So no, Buhari didn't fail. So it says, no, Buhari didn't remove the petrol subsidy, but in vitally important stages, he removed every other budget-busting, egregious economic growth-crushing subsidy along the way. So far, I have refrained from answering these repeated questions on the removal in Nigeria of subsidies on premium motor spirits, PMS, and that arising from the dual rates of the Naira in the central bank and the parallel market. Why did Buhari fail to do these? First of all, my thinking is that instead of the former president answering these questions, it is the party, the All Progressives Congress, APC, that is best suited to speak, and failing to do this, we are forced to say what will follow here. Goes on to say, secondly, we are mindful of the fact that with a Tinubu-Shettima presidency now in place, and for which there is a new sheriff in town, quote unquote, we do not want to distract them from the onerous task facing them and the nation. Neither is it our wish to take the spotlight away from them in any way. In terms of the timings of the decisions to remove fuel subsidy and unify the currency. The Tinubu-Shettima administration has done overwhelmingly well. Even more importantly, they have been most dexterous in managing the aftermath of the decisions while successfully avoiding any crisis. In this context, or rather to this extent, our wish and prayers are that fellow countrymen will continue to support the new leadership in these very laudable decisions, and in particular for the labor leadership and civil society to work with them to ensure that the palliative efforts as promised are successfully implemented. The decision to remove subsidies are in our case, and we believe in all situations was not for the president to take all by himself. That's why, did you get that? The decision to remove subsidies, as in our case, and we believe in all situations, was not for the president to take all by himself. Is that a statement? I'll leave that to you to judge. That's why it's important to remind ourselves and all those who have conveniently forgotten that President Buhari, the Buhari administration had been on this pathway from the very beginning in 2015. Removing subsidies for the Naira and PMS was queued and put on hold. Look for example in the Petroleum Industry Act. The important decision was kept for a better time. It could not have come at a time when tensions were high in the country, and no responsible leader would have added fuel to the fire. In the view of many, including those in the security circles, only a new administration with a goodwill that fills a warehouse can attempt this. And here now comes in the wit and grit of the Tinubu government. Finally, we must be politically honest with ourselves. The Buhari administration in the last days could not have gone the whole way because the APC had an election to win. And that would have been the case with any political party that was seeking election for another term with a new principle at its head. Poll after poll showed that the party would have been thrown out of office if the decision as envisaged by the new Petroleum Industry Act was made. With the election now behind us, a capable leader, as we now have in place, is best positioned to move forward. We have nothing but confidence that the new administration will carry the nation and all its constituents into a stable future in the aftermath of these major economic and financial decisions. As they say, there are times when you have to lose in order to win. Garba Shehu. And there you have it. That statement that has, sparked some conversations in the polity. Join the conversation now. Feel free to share your thoughts with us, because it seems like we have it open now. 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 090-9705-4450. Our first caller is here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Prince Anacho.
Good morning, Clement Zion Prince. Welcome.
Thank you, my brother. Look at what they have just said. Buhari said he didn't remove subsidy because he knew it would affect Tinubu's chances of winning election. And he says stolen Tinubu for managing the aftermath of the removal very, very well. These are hypocritical statements. I'm sorry to say this. These leaders who have not actually led Nigeria to anywhere should be mindful of what they say. Even without removing subsidy, it is still left to be conjectured whether Tinubu actually won that election. That aside, we leave it for the courts and pray they do justice to the matters before them. Not removing the subsidy in his time, what does it mean? It meant that the camp that is called subsidy subsisted throughout his tenure. It meant that all the billions of naira, all the trillions of naira that was being siphoned in the name of subsidy was allowed under the carpet, and he was a minister for petroleum. Now let him account for all the money that went down the drain in the name of subsidy. Since he enjoyed not removing it so that Tinubu will now win the election first. Now Tinubu has won. The aftermath of the removal, is it because of Tinubu's craftsmanship? It is rather because of the docility of Nigerians who always sit down to look. If not that we cry out, I don't think anybody is interested in what goes on. People are feeling it quite all right, and they are groaning. Now, before something was paid for or budgeted for from that May from the first quarter of this year to June. Now, between May and June, subsidy is still budgeted for. Where are all the money budgeted for subsidy? Whose pockets and accounts the money is now? Because we are still running out the month of June. And you are telling us that Tinubu managed it very, very well. It is because Nigerians are only keeping quiet and hoping on God, not hoping on these failed politicians. There's much money to recover from subsidy scam. Let Tinubu go ahead and pursue Buhari so that if he run it to DJ, let us see him run to DJ.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, the Prince Yana Show.
Good morning. Is this Okwi?
I greet you. Yes.
Okay, welcome.
How's work?
Work is great. Thank you very much.
I greet all listeners and all Nigerians. Oku is my name. I call it for Kuba. My own take is on a Gaba show. Say that while Mr. Buhari don't remove a subsidy, that if he remove subsidy, APC have been lost. How do they show that they are winning election? Yeah. Mr. Tinubu presidency was provided by NMTM. It's not who voted in. Yeah. How do they show that? How do they prove that they won an election? Tell me who they had correct that voted APC. They won an election. Yeah? They won. Who voted for them? Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you. There's a lot of people that voted them, and they probably would be calling in to share their views as well. Hello, good morning.
Prince Yanacho, I greet you.
Good morning. Welcome, Judy Yanacho.
Thank you so much. How was your night?
Great.
Well done, job.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for the breakfast.
Appreciate you. Thank you for being there.
Always a wonderful one.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah. You see, I don't even know why every time. I don't know whether these politicians, they are taking Nigerians as we are fools. They keep on telling us different story on daily basis, and things are not getting better. Tomorrow, this one will say this is the reason why he didn't do this. Tomorrow, this one will say he's not aware that this one he did this. He's not aware that this. Is this how we are going to continue? Why you did not remove subsidy? Because if you remove subsidy, the APC will fail. Now the APC have won. All the money squandered on subsidy matters during the time of Buhari. Where is it? It's also unfortunate that Nigeria is a country whereby they don't invite the ex-president to come and account how he have managed the country after being president for 8 years. If it is in other country, people like Buhari shouldn't even move a step. He shouldn't cross outside the country until he give account of everything he have, or how he have managed his office as the president of Nigeria for 8 years. You are the president. You are still the minister of petrol. And at the end of the day, Nigeria are suffering. Many huge amount of money is being spent on subsidy. At the end of the day, you are telling us this is the reason why you did not remove subsidy. I think if the current government can do something about that, the former president should be invited to come and give account on issue of this subsidy of a thing.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you calling in, Jude. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, KGB. Welcome.
Yes, yeah. How's work?
Work is great. Thank you for asking.
Yes, you see, I thank the first caller. This very
program. But I tried the first caller. I remember what he said. They should call the petroleum minister, Mr. Buhari, to come and account for how he managed Nigeria. To come and account how he squandered Nigeria, how he destroyed this country beyond repair. That is that. But Israel, Abel, can you give us tell us? You read about what do you call it? 500 million US dollar loan. But you press, especially the print media, they are very good in all this game of defeat. In their writing, they do not. I said, who can the World Bank just stand up and say they approve this is a $500 million for Nigeria? Who requested for that? If you can elaborate,
Okay.
who requested for that? Is it that this government have started borrowing again, or is it aftermath of it? I want to know who requested for that. Then that is that. Then the other thing is Garba Shehu telling us that
his name is Garba Shehu. Please, Garba Shehu, don't do that, please. Let's not do that. Go ahead.
No. He said that. No, he's the one who said that APC couldn't have won if subsidy is removed. I think he's the one who said it. Okay, that's apart from that. Telling us that had it been that they declared subsidy, APC couldn't have won. Did they win? Is it not that Mahmoud that just declared whatever he declared? Can they prove it? That is there. Then in Kano, this governor of Kano should take it easy. Have you forgotten that someone cannot stay more than 8 years? The people is damaging their properties. They are Kano people, the Kano indigenous. At the end of the day, which type of bitterness in politics that are they playing in this country? Wickedness and bitterness in politics is not done in anywhere.
Okay.
The person is going about destroying people's property. Please, we want to know who is requesting for the loan. Are they dashing us money? Which orchestration is going on? When are we going to do what? When is this going to come to an end in this country?
Thank you very much, KGB. Appreciate you calling in. And the conversation continues here. I'll read you the story shortly on the $500 million loan by the World Bank to help Nigeria drive women's empowerment. I'll read that to you shortly. Keep it here. This is your radio experience. You can count on.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Looking for the most innovative housing and construction festival? The best platform for an exhibition, an opportunity to network and increase your business reach. How to navigate the real estate and construction market trends? Then look no further, as the 17th Africa International Housing Show is here again. This year's ARHS gives you access to several innovations, including 400 plus exhibitors, 25,000 plus attendees, Africa's one-of-a-kind real estate CEOs Forum, ARHS Under 40 and Young Professional Meetup 2023, B2B meeting, networking app, International Conference on Alternative Funding for Housing. This year's event will be witnessed by a delegation of members of the Chartered Institute of Housing, CIOH London, and the UK Professional Association of Certified Housing Practitioners. Be a part of this historic event. Visit our website www.africahousingshow.com or call 0916 500,000. 17th Africa International Housing Show, the largest housing conference and exhibition in Africa.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Thank you for staying with us. Now the conversation continues. Those of you asking, now the World Bank has approved a loan of $500 million to help Nigeria drive women's empowerment. This became the second loan approved by the World Bank under the new president, Bola Tinubu. It is a scale-up financing for Nigeria for Women program, which was initially approved on June 27, 2018, with $100 million financing. A statement by the World Bank read in part, the World Bank has approved $500 million for Nigeria for Women program Scale Up. The Scale Up financing will further support the government of Nigeria to invest in improving the livelihoods of women in Nigeria. Well, there you have it. That loan was initially approved in 2018. All right, let's go to headlines now from the Vanguard newspaper. Quickly, Forex challenge driving petrol price towards 581 naira per litre. Recall that I said this earlier when the subsidy was said to have been removed, and Forex prices has been an issue, or Forex rates rather. Now, what I said at that time was that subsidy cannot be said to I don't think would be said to be completely gone, because as the pressure on the naira continues to drive prices in the international market, for imports of PMS, and also the prices of crude going up in the international market, the federal government at some point would have to also intervene, because if the prices get to a point where Nigerians can no longer afford it, no government, especially in Nigeria, would want a situation where the Nigerians take to the streets on account of the cost of fuel. So what would happen at that time? Federal government would have to also again intervene, which would bring back subsidies. So the whole issue of subsidy is gone may not really be the actual reality in the short term, because as more prices go up, the federal government would probably have to intervene at some point. Now, if the Forex challenge is driving the prices up to 581 naira, would federal government and Nigerians be able to pay for fuel at 600 naira per litre? We'll find out in the coming days what plays out there. Forex challenge driving petrol price towards 581 naira per litre. First deliveries of 11 PLCs. Andover, orders to arrive mid-July. Marketers say logistics of bringing products complex. No fixed price at depots. That's according to Dapman. Okay. Let's just hope that the prices do not continue to go up, because all the conversation about the prices would go down when importers begin to import, that can only happen where they have a fair market, especially with the Forex rates. Anyway, Salah, federal government declares Wednesday and Thursday public holidays. Shake up, NAF appoints and redeploys 98 officers of air rank. Shake up, NAF appoints and redeploys 98 officers of air rank. I delayed petrol subsidy removal to allow Tinubu APC win polls. That's according to Buhari and the Vanguard newspaper. I delayed petrol subsidy removal to allow Tinubu APC win polls. That's accredited to Buhari from the Vanguard newspaper. 10 drown as boat capsizes in Akwa Ibom waterways. What's happening in that area? On Sunday there was, Okay, that's the same. I think it's the same one. NSA, Ribadu vows to subdue insecurity and stabilize Nigeria. We are coming after you. NSCDC reads Riot Act to oil thieves. April. Federal government renames airports after Buhari, Usman Danfodio, Awolowo and others. Well, on this issue, I've heard people say this is not what we need now. For renaming of airports, what does that do to us? What does that help us achieve? Or some others say, look, that's going to help foster some level of unity, and those who feel neglected may have a sense of belonging with this renaming as well. So anyway, moving on from there. Tinubu wants stigma on drug use removed. Tinubu wants stigma on drug use removed. That's how the Vanguard newspaper captures it. And 12 stockbroking firms blacklisted, sent out of stock market. Those are headlines in the Vanguard newspaper front page this morning. Join the conversation. Let's get talking. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Oga Prince, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Taking Me. Good to have you join us.
Yes,
how are you today?
Thanks for the breakfast, sir. My belly don't belly full. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking it in.
Yeah, well done, sir. Yeah, this is a Hundu. taking all the way from Kobo Hill this morning. Yes, thank God this morning the roads are very free from this side. There's Junjung. No hold up. It's like all these people that already gone for Salah even before the public holiday. Yes, my friends, I want to say that if some people who have been working for us in government and the government itself is that fuel subsidy is a scam, what have they keep on approving money for it and paying in trillions of naira? And one among them that benefited from this subsidy, which they are calling a scam or fraud, is Aliko Dangote. He benefited from it.
How so? How do you know that Dangote benefited from it?
Yes, he also yes. Go and find out. For the past 8 years, he benefited from subsidy.
You're the one who's saying it. You're the one who's saying it. Provide the facts. Provide the evidence. Provide the evidence that he benefited from it. Take him, be.
Okay, my friend. Okay, now if the government is saying that subsidy is a scam, why not go after those people that have scammed Nigeria and apprehend them? Why go after Yahoo boys, small children? If you can go after Yahoo boys, who are scamming people, why can't you go after those bigger ones who have scammed Nigeria in the tune of trillions of naira? So for me, those go after Yahoo boys. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, taking me.
Yes, those go after Yahoo boys, they may not be going in the right direction if they cannot go after those bigger ones that have scammed our country. And having said that, I want to say that the governor of Kano State is not going in the right direction. The new governor, I expect that he will settle down and begin to work for the people to give them the dividends of democracy, instead of trying to undo whatever the person that hand over to has done.
Okay.
I'm surprised that even a roundabout that somebody came from abroad and built, this man brought it down. For me, it's being vindictive, and let him concentrate on providing the dividend of democracy, for his own people, because his time of judgment will come, after 4 years.
All right.
And maybe he will not be able to take the
Thank you very much, Taking B. Thank you for calling. And keep your thoughts coming in. 09073530044 and 09087668888. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, my name is Haruna Sula. I'm calling you from Sabon.
Haruna, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me comment about the issue that is bothering our dear nation, Nigeria. You see, let me particularly this subsidy, I'm telling you, it put many people into benefit. It is only this my great country, Nigeria, called the then Africa. When they want to take action, they're not going to consider what is going to follow back. So don't care. Since they move this now, almost one more now, they leave Nigeria like that without anything, without policy. Nobody is talking about the situation Nigeria are facing. Are we going to continue like this? I beg, please. I know, so this is a new government. Please let them look into it. Please and please. We are begging them. May God help us and then give us the leader that are going to lead us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Haruna Sule. Speaking of time, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Michael. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Prince Agiti. Let me go for the Kano low government. I think the man is progressing in error. This is not what Kwankwaso stands for. Kwankwaso stands for making progress. Why is he going back and demolishing everything that the Presidio have just done? Even if you want to take it, convert it for the government purposes of use. If you demolish all these things, what are you going to benefit in demolishing them? Everywhere you are demolishing them. I want the Kano people to warn this man that give him a serious warning back. See, after 4 years, your tenure is ending after 4 years. You are not supposed to come back again. And I believe if people are watching over him, they are taking the note of all of these things that he's doing. Even if you have a problem with the former government of that particular, why must you be going about and demolition? Okay, when it started now, is there anyone that you have been able to build? The one that another person built, even if you are just want to connect it to the government use and their purposes, not a demolition. Who is going to benefit from all of these things? I think the man should be able to know how to lead the people. Otherwise, I'm not seeing him going back for the second term.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling, Michael. Another caller is here. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Enacho, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Is this Selassie?
Yes, it's Selassie. It's not easy to get you. This is your number on a hotline.
Selassie, what can we do? Thank you very much.
I want to thank you for giving us the privilege to call and contribute. It's not our right, but a privilege given to us by this great radio station called Eagle FM. As my good friend Abubakar says, you shall continue to fly higher. So shall your radio station fly higher. Yes, sir. I want to talk about the tariff. See, Nigeria shouldn't jubilate now because this, since last year they have been increasing tariff secretly. I remember January this year, I went to buy a unit. I discovered that the number of the unit that was supposed to give me for certain amount wasn't so. I asked them, they said, didn't I know that they said January they are going to increase the tariff? I said, but I didn't know. So these people, they may do it secretly because they know that Nigeria are annoyed, Nigeria are not happy. So Nigeria shouldn't jubilate because anything can happen. They have been increasing without the knowledge of Nigerians. And I hope it won't happen again. But as far as I'm concerned, the way I'm seeing it is like they will increase this tariff secretly. So now we are talking of Tinubu would have lost if Buhari removes fuel subsidy. In fact, did he win? That is the question that we need to ask. Because in this case, as far as I'm concerned, what we are facing now, most especially for this hardship and everything, is what Buhari planted for the incoming administration. I'm telling you, all they have been pretending. He has been the Minister of Petroleum for the past 8 years. As I'm speaking to you, none of our refinery was working. He left. And some people were collecting 18.8 billion daily for foreign subsidy. Who are the cabal? I had an interview with this guy yesterday, Isa Yuguda, former Minister of Aviation and the former governor of Bauchi State. He said one of his friends said they are tired of collecting subsidy. I won't tell Buhari that stop this subsidy. So who are those people that they are tired of collecting subsidy? Who are the cabal? We want them to be arrested. Thank you and I appreciate you. Nagode.
Thank you so much, Selassie. Nagode anymore. Hello, good morning. Bright, good morning. Good to have you join us.
I can say you today on YouTube. You find out.
This man, don't you whine me? Go ahead, talk to me, bro.
God bless your heart.
God bless you too, sir.
Yeah, Majo. It's so easy. You want to improve the are you not the joker? Corruption and corruption upon corruption. Who can solve the problem? That is what we call quadratic equation. Let Nigeria come and solve it. Let's see. It is not easy. If you indict them, they will expose you. That's why they didn't win the election. They selected themselves, and Yakubu called the names in the midnight when we were sleeping. Again, Nigeria went and contracted with the GDC that's called disco. Is it nothing with that dancing disco in the horn, or jazz, or high life music? Disco are the people that continue. They are one of the most wicked and corrupt institutions we have in Nigeria. They collect electricity bill without giving us light. And then every weekend, you see the carrying ladder all about. And people who paid for meter, they can't get meter. They tell us that meter is free. Meter is free. They are not having the meter. If you pay, they see their money, bring the meter, no. If you go to some places, you know the word I observe. There are some places they say is special line. Nigerians pay and go. That's why you see that Nigerians sometimes they blame level. That level is not happening. I just like that. I say Nigerians deserve the government they get. Now every day, Buhari is abroad. Tinubu is abroad. Is it how other countries presidents are coming to Nigeria? That is a shame to the leaders and the ones that represent.
Bright, talk through now. How many times has the president traveled? He just traveled to France and then from there he branched UK. Don't be saying it like he has been traveling. He's just been 30 days in the office and he went to France. Why are you doing like this now, Bright? Buhari 10 hours passed. Now we're talking about President Tinubu. Go ahead. Thank you very much for calling. Hello, good morning. And the conversation continues 09073530044 and 09087668888. I'd love to get your messages in. Send them in. Send those voice notes. Usman Daura, Okichuku, Udukama, all of my WhatsApp and SMS pals, please. Ogenamanu, Ohinoi, all of you send your messages in as quick as possible so that we can take them before we wrap up. And Balogun is here. Balogun, your message is quite long. I begged you. Balogun, please keep it within 2 minutes, okay? I'll take 2 minutes and I'll let the others go, okay? Right, before then, let's bring in this caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Yanacho.
Good morning. Is this Anekan?
Yeah, you're speaking with Comrade Anthony Robsquare.
Oh, Comrade Anthony, you sound like Anekan. Go ahead, let's hear you. Welcome.
Yes, thank you very much. Yanacho, if you can see, APC, they have started fighting against themselves. The past administration, one of the aid just a revolution, which is something that every Nigerian understands. Yanacho, you remember that the same president administration, the president, he was the one who led the protest against the then former president who wanted to remove something. But now, those same president is the one removed. You can see the way these people are just using it. How? Oh, no. Yanacho, we shouldn't continue like this. Now, the DMO has warned this present administration not to go ahead to take more loans. So you can see, now the World Bank is saying they want to approve $500 million. Another fresh loan. You begin to wonder. The previous loans that we have been collecting, what are they using these loans for? I remember they collected $1 billion on a loan, but you cannot even see what they are using those loans for. Those monies, in fact, I don't know. Why are we like this? Why are Nigerian politicians like this? For how long are we going to keep telling them that what they are doing is not good? When are they going to change? Yeah, natural. This thing is getting out of hand. We cannot continue like this. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for calling. Another caller is here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you? Yeah, natural.
Good morning. I'm very well. This is Judy.
I'm good. I appreciate him, especially you. Good. May the Lord God Almighty make you soar higher and higher.
Amen. 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 What's your name, sir?
Yes. My name is Gideon Leonard, calling me from Sherry.
Gideon, is it your first time calling?
Yes.
Thank you.
No, it's the second time.
Okay.
It's the second time.
Great. Thank you so
much.
Yes,
concerning this Buhari, though we only say what, but we are still watching to see what Tinubu would deliver this nation, honestly speaking. Despite the fact that we a little bit person through fuel subsidy and other things. It's not, no, we cannot even say anything. Let's keep watching. And coming to a demolition of government, a governor, honestly speaking, this man is not doing the right thing, honestly speaking. So look at billions of naira and thousands of people are dying there mysteriously instead of him to combat this thing, but nothing. Go to Plateau. And you are Hanacho, which state are you from? You hear what Anambra State they give that blood burial. I don't know whether your name will be included, so but I don't want it. So these people, I don't want your. Which state are you from? I don't want that the police governor, the of Anambra State should do something of it. I don't want our brothers Igbo land to die. That is my contribution. I need Nigeria. We have to be patient. We have to be patient with Tinubu. Yes, it's only one journey, traveling, only if you know the.
Okay. Thank you very much, Gideon. Thank you for calling. Let's get to the voice notes now. Balogun, say good morning. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Prince Ihanacho.
Good morning to you.
Hope you slept well.
I did. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, about Shehu Garuba, or what's his name? You know? See, this country, we've had enough. We've had enough. Imagine someone, because of election, the previous administration put us through all these meals. telling us they refuse to remove subsidy to settle Tinubu, election. And we won't tell them that APC actually won the election. This is to show the kind of decision these people are taking in this country. They are making this country to feel it's only the elite that owns this country. They are taking decisions that favors only them. How can you, as in, if it is a country that is functioning, with this statement, they've said it time with that number that subsidy is a scam. There was even an expose from one of these governors, is it Bauchi State Governor Bagudu or what is his name? He even know one of his colleagues that at some point he told Mr. President, the former, I don't know which of the president because he didn't actually point out, that he told the former president that at some point that let's stop this subsidy, that they are tired of making this money. Imagine, just imagine, a subsidy is a scam. And when he was, as a committee chairman, to even look into the subsidy, now discover that subsidy doesn't even exist. They just appropriate money and share it among themselves. Then with this kind of expose, then what is still wrong with Nigeria? Is it that I don't just know. I don't know. If I were to be president today, the first thing I will do is to get rid of that 1999 constitution, and dismantle that constitution.
Okay.
If I have dismantled that constitution, I will not call the whole Nigeria. Let's have a conference.
Thank you very much.
This country to be governed?
Thank you, Balogo. I'll take 2 minutes of that one and move on. Hello, who's here? Good morning.
Good morning, Diana Cho. My name is GB. The statement by Garuba Shehu that if Buhari have removed subsidy, Tinubu will lose the election. It's a statement of facts. But they had the opportunity to remove the subsidy, but they failed to remove it. The first opportunity came in when they came to government in 2015, 2016, and subsidy was good. Crude oil was going for like $27 to $30. At that time, there was no subsidy being paid because it was even lower, and the government has to even reduce the price of the fuel at that time. When the crude oil went up to 45, they shouldn't have restored back subsidy. They should have left it like that and use the money they get from that increment to start to build refinery or repair the existing refinery. That was the opportunity they lost. The second was after during coronavirus, the subsidy, nobody to buy our oil, all over the world, crude oil crashed even to $10 per barrel. And when they after coronavirus and it went up to 30 to 45, that time also they shouldn't have restored back the subsidy. They should have left it like that and use the money, to start to work on the refinery. But there is a subsidy. Let me tell you, people are saying that they should probe Buhari for subsidy. What is this scam? The scam is not with the Buhari. The scam is with the marketer. Because once they load from NNPC, who is sold in the importer, they diverted it. NNPC said there are evidences that they loaded and they pay for it. So how they use it now does not concern NNPC. So when you're looking at it, those who are diverting it are the one making the money. So NNPC will pay inside the subsidy because he has evidences. I imported 30 to 3 million liter and I sold 3 million liter. Look at the evidence, look at the payment for it. So pay me for subsidy. So it's very hard for anybody to say he want to probe subsidy. Something. It's very hard because there are evidences there that truly this way was sold and people pay for it at also price. So pay all the differences. So and then the issue of the acting IG should go further by what? By making sure that he encourage community policing. Policing, you go to the grassroots. That's where the kidnapper and the arrest are. And I want to say the president also should push for the amendment of constitution to allow state policing and government policing. That will help us to combat all this kidnapping, rustling, or cow, and all this banditry happening all over the northwest, north central, and southeast. Because if you look at it now, southwest is one of the safest places you can live in Nigeria today because of Amotekun that is working there greatly. And in Lagos State, they have a RRS and their neighborhood watch. All these things are step down kidnapping and banditry and all those things in that area. Those rampaging header could not penetrate the southwest again. This time they will be able to penetrate, they'll be arrested. So that's the way to go. Thank you very much.
Thank you, GB. Appreciate you calling in, sending your sharing your thoughts. Okay, Mr. David, today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. We got that. Okay, Usman Daura is here. Good morning.
Usman Daura is my name.
Welcome.
Let me comment on Garba saying that if they remove subsidy, we wouldn't have won the election. So now it has been removed. He has won. What next? I don't know. At times, Garba whenever he talk, at times I just don't know. Must he talk? Garba must you talk? Okay, keep your talk now. We have heard you. Thank you very much. On the proposed electricity hike tariff, waiting for the NEC approval for it to be effective. So we are waiting, Mr. Henacho. We have been sacrificing since President Tinubu came to power. We have been sacrificing. We are at the receiving end. And we are the ones sacrificing. We have not done even one sacrifice. But what you are calling, what Nigerians are begging for, Mr. President Tinubu, to cut the cost of governance drastically. All those allowances, if not abolish them all. That is what I want him to do. For me to know that he is serious, he should cut the cost of governance drastically. It is okay to pay to have multiple aides, president, vice president, governors, House of members, senators, 30 aides, 15 aides, this and that. All that one is no problem. There is no sacrifice. Okay. At least the one we are enjoying is always a problem. The government cannot vote ideas. At least the government cannot do everything, blah, blah, and that is okay, no problem. Let's see. We're all Nigerians. Mr. Enacho, I don't have much to say. I wish you happy Salah advance. I'm invited to my house. Come and eat from.
I beg, send me address.
Nigerians, happy
send
Salah
me
advance.
address.
Bye-bye.
Don't just tell me happy Salah in advance. So don't send me address. Let me come and chop ram. I hope you're able to buy ram though, because ram these days is something else. Ram. Oh, have you heard the prices? Let me read you something from the Guardian newspaper. It says Muslims faithful groan as subsidy removal squeezes family budgets. We hear that the prices of ram, for those of you who have been to the markets and those of you who have been following, you'll have heard that the prices of ram has gone up to about 400, even 400,000 in some places. Well, let's hope that people are able to afford it and have a good Salah. Well, whether with ram or without the ram, just enjoy the Salah holiday. Comrade Ulobasi says, a blessed morning to you, Sayana Cho Prince. Most Nigerians have known and proved that the so-called fuel subsidy was a scam. So coming now to say that Buhari delayed removal of subsidy for Tinubu to win the presidential election is a lie from the pit of hell. The Buhari administration made sure that the huge amount involved in the so-called subsidy was shared among themselves as usual till his last in office. I think that's his last minutes in office. Also, let it be on record that Tinubu didn't win the presidential election because other political parties contested, not against the APC but INEC. It was quite clear. Okay, what we have is that INEC has declared a winner in that election, so let's go by that. Also, Nigerians want to whether the renaming of 15 airports in the country, especially Maiduguri Airport, after Buhari, has anything to add to the economy? Or is it simply an eye service to reward the former president for handing over power to him? Time will surely tell. Whatever happens, God Almighty is still on the throne, watching over his children in Nigeria. Thank you, Comrade Bassi. And here we have a message from, okay, I think this is... okay, you say, good morning to you, Mr. Hanacho Prince. Please let us stop saying that APC didn't win election until the court says so, because INEC have told us that APC is the winner of the 2023 presidential election. So Hanacho, tell your callers to stop using the word so that we, the callers, will also not be causing problem in the country too. Absolutely mention that the INEC has declared a winner, and so we would hold on to that until a court of competent jurisdiction says otherwise. But until then, we have a president who has been declared winner by the only election management body we have in the country. Good morning, Eagles Radio. This Eagles FM. The governors of Kano and Sokoto states are brewing another insurgency in their states by this governance style in 30 days. But people may not know. On the $500 million World Bank loan, why is it that the bank is always quick to approve loans for the Nigerian government? They should keep their money because we don't trust the people in power. That's according to Israel. Israel, thank you very much. And this is where we drop the anchors. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of the conversation this morning. Keep the conversation going on our socials at Eagles FM Abuja. Vicky Vic takes over and Sports on Eagles Wings shortly. Stay with us on this dial. My name is Ihanacho Prince. To those of you who just sat back to listen, you know I call you MVP. Thank you for being there. Keep it with us.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.